Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Chicago. I'm in Chicago right now. So you might remember the last time I was in the States. I think I said goodbye to you in Minnesota, from Minnesota, and I went back to France. It was December 2nd or 3rd, I believe. Well, I'm back in the States. I came back on March 22nd, and I was in New Hampshire, Vermont, but you will see all that in the next video. And the Chicago videos will come later on, but I need to talk about what happened when I entered the USA. It's my first time entering the USA since what happened in January. I've repeated many times I don't want to do any politics or religion on my channel, and I will try not to, but it is related, so let's just talk about it. I haven't been in the States for more than 90 days, so exactly 4 months, I believe. And the last 2 times I came, the immigration, so you might not know that, but when you go to another country, if you haven't traveled, you have to go through immigration. In the States, it's pretty big. They don't let you go into the country like that. You have to go through immigration, present your passport, and they ask you a couple of questions like, why are you here? When are you living? Stuff like that. So I always have to do this, obviously, which hasn't been always easy. But the last 2 times I came to the States, it was 45 seconds, it was done, it was made. This time I could see a difference, and I want to talk about it. First of all, the last couple of times I came to the States, each time, when you enter an airport for the first time, and you come out of the country, you have a couple of lines, like you're American, you go here, you have a special visa, you go here, or you're here on a NESTA, as a tourist, you go there. The line for Americans, it's always full of Americans. The line for tourists, people, each time I come back, it's smaller and smaller. And that kind of worries me, because I'm always into really big airports, and I'm always at a different day and all that of the week. So I can see, I can see it in a different, during different days and such. And I can see there's less and less people coming to the States, which is a bit worrisome, but understandable with everything that's happening. Anyway, as I was coming through, so the immigration, little desk, a couple of people were before me, so it was a bit of a wait, and there were 2 guys. Right away I saw that I got the wrong one. He was frowning all the time, couldn't stop frowning, and he would take forever with each person, which is, it's great. He's doing his job, asking questions, making sure people have the right documents and such. But like I said, I've been through immigrations many times, and sometimes it's just a bit too much. Anyway, the guy next to him, he was going much faster, smiling, much more welcoming. When it was my time, I went up, said good morning with a smile. Just thinking about it make me nervous, make me scary. And I gave my passport, and then he was like that all the time. And he started to ask me a couple of questions. I answered them all. I had, the right documents as usual, blah, blah, blah. And he was just not happy. He was not happy because I come to the States often. And last time that I came, I stayed, from October to December. It was just a month and a half. And I was like, what did you do? When I told my boyfriend, he said something pretty accurate. He was like, did he expect you to see all of the country in a weekend? It's normal to stay longer in such big countries, Anyway, I was like, well, I celebrated Halloween in Louisiana, which was crazy and amazing, and then I did other stuff, and then I was in Minnesota for the Christmas lights, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I don't like it. And I was like, okay, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? And he kept just asking questions, and I have a return ticket, for just 2 weeks later on, and it just wasn't happy. And I'm not sure I'm explaining myself right here, but what I'm trying to say, my point is, it was so unwelcoming that it really didn't want me to come back. And my point here is, how do you expect people to come and visit your country if you're gonna be like that. And because the only thing that we are doing as tourists is giving you a lot of money wherever we go. I mean, it's a lot of money, you know, to come to the States, and you know, the touristic income or whatever it is, you know, it helps a lot of cities, a lot of states depends on this touristic money, you know, coming in, and I just feel like it's really not going to help people wanting to come back if the first person that you see, the first American that you see in the country is going to be acting like that. And I'm telling you guys, I've been in the States, I don't know, 8 times now, and out of every country I've been to, immigration is the worst in the States. And it's understandable with everything that's happening, all right, but do I look like a terrorist? They always make me feel like I've done something wrong, and that, you know, so unwelcoming. And I always have a return ticket, I always have, you know, my hostel address, and you know, they always make you feel like you did something wrong, or that you're so unwelcomed. And you know, maybe it's to see if you're like not lying and such. I understand that, but there is a limit to it, you know. And that guy was just keep doing like you, like, I don't like you, like I don't want you to be here. I was like, well, okay. Like, yeah, what do you want me to do about that? It's just, you just have to go through that. And we do remember Canada. I did have a very mean girl when I crossed the border from the USA to Canada, but that was just an exception because really, like I said in the video, back then she was hating her job, that's all it was. But yeah, the USA, it's always so hard to, I mean, it's not hard, I guess it is. It's more, it's so unwelcoming. Each time it's like, I feel like I'm losing 10 pounds of water of pressure each time I'm coming in because, yeah, like I said, they make you feel so unwelcome. And yeah, times are a bit weird nowadays, you know, with everything that's happening. And like I said, I understand that immigration needs to be tough in every country. It needs to be regulated and such. But when you just come and you have a return ticket and you just come to, you know, spend a lot of money in the country and just as a tourist, I don't think it should be that tough, you know. I don't think they should make it that unwelcoming. And it's probably sounding like a complaint, and maybe I'm complaining. I don't want to complain. That's not my point here, honestly, guys. I'm not complaining because you know how much I love this country, and I will keep coming back. I'm coming back in a couple of months, actually. And I'm eager to see how this will have evolved, you know, if I'm gonna see a lot of people in the tourist line or not. Each time it's like less and less, and my point is, I'm a bit sad of how it's going, you know, how it's going, how it's getting, how it's turning out. I'm a bit sad for this part because the USA, it's such a beautiful state. The people are so amazing, and there's just so much to see. Like, I was in South Carolina, now I'm in Chicago, and it's so different, and it's so amazing to experience that, you know. And I want more people to experience that, to get to know this country. And I'm just, yeah, and it makes me feel so sad that every person's gonna have to go through, I mean, not every person, because every immigration guy is different, or woman is gonna handle this differently, but it's not my first time going through immigration with a person acting like that. And I had a couple, I think they were from an Eastern country in Europe, and they were going to Las Vegas, and they were excited about that. I could hear them talk, you know, in front of me, and then I was right after them, so then I could see it a bit here, what was going on when they went through, you know, the desk immigration, and I could see like the questions and the face of the woman, like what's going on, like she was scared, and I could see her sadness coming along, and she kept looking at her husband like what did we do wrong? And I felt so bad for them, and I was like, it's gonna be all right. And after a good 7 minutes, it's a lot, guys, to go through immigration, he was like, okay, well, I'll let you go, until I left. And it was the same for me, you know. After he said a couple of times, I don't like it, and you know, like looking at the computer, looking at me, like searching for something, he was like, well, we can go. I was like, yeah, well, what do you want to do about it? Like, of course you're gonna let me go, you know, like, but it's just, yeah, I don't know. Or maybe I'm ignoring something that they're looking for. That also might be part of it, but there's definitely a difference because I've been through, like I said, immigration a couple of times. There's a way to handle it, and you don't need to be so unwelcoming with your facial expressions and the words he used. I'm not telling everything because I don't want to be so negative about it, but let me tell you guys, that was not enjoyable at all. And well, anyway, I'm here, so that's good. Living a couple of days, living is always so easier, obviously, so much easier. But yeah, I'm coming back in a couple of months, and I'm eager to see how it will have, yeah, like I said, evolved, because if it keeps being like that, I'm telling you, people, not many people are gonna wanna come. That makes me sad. This country is so amazing and so worth it. Sorry, that's the tram or train, whatever. You know, I'm saying that because I've been talking to a couple of people, you know, from different countries, and we all agree that it's so unwelcoming each time you go through immigrations, and many of them, unfortunately, have said, yep, I've been there once and I'm not gonna come back, you know, just for that. And I'm like, shit, like, no, you know, don't stop at that. I understand that, because I really don't want to go through that again. But yeah, like I said, my point was not to complain, people. It was just to tell you how things are from a foreigner point of view, coming, you know, to the States often, and you know, just sharing that, and yeah, sharing my sadness, I guess, and a bit of disappointment, but it is what it is. Anyway, I will see you in a couple of days for my first video of this trip that took place. I think the first video will be in New Hampshire only, and then it will be Vermont, which Vermont was the 30th state that I crossed out of my map of my list. Can't believe I've made it to 30 states yet already. Out of 50, only 20 to go. But it's like, technically I've been to 30 states, but I haven't explored 30 states, you know, like some of them were only layovers, and also, yeah. But anyway, I don't want to babble on forever, but I kept thinking about it and talking about this moment with a couple of people I've been, you know, seeing during this trip, and I can feel that it really, like, touched me. How to say that? This experience really wasn't enjoyable, and I don't know. I feel like I needed to express it out to feel a bit better about it. So yeah, but you know, nevertheless, the rest of the trip is going absolutely wonderfully well, and everyone is really nice, and yeah, it's just this immigration thing. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you in a couple of days, guys, and take care of yourself, people, and enjoy your first days of spring. Bye bye.